All right, Cancer, welcome to your weekly horoscope for February 22nd through the 28th. My name is Athen. So this week we've got a lot of aspects with Saturn taking place, of discipline, hard work, maturity, of your fifth house, of your self-expression. And we are in the first quarter phase of this whole lunar cycle. So it's an active week, and a lot of the things that we put energy towards this week is going to set the what you might call foundation for the remainder of this lunar cycle leading into March. So for you, the new moon was in your eighth house, and so that's still the overall theme here of your transparency, wanting to connect to things on that deep level, whether it's relationships, your work, your home, family, whatever it is, and having that transparency in your life in general. So there's new beginnings, there, and maybe some new changes there as well, because the eighth house is about changes in our life. And so whatever that is, we are having this Saturn element involved here with the action energy that perhaps you can be putting into towards that part of your life and the overall theme of that. So it starts on Sunday when we have Venus and Mars very close to each other still, and that's going to be leading into at least the first half of this week in your ninth house. So these two planets very close. You've seen the enjoyment of expansion, of opening your horizons, whether it's philosophically, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically through traveling or anything like this. Having that open horizon, tapping into the adventurous side of yourself is definitely enjoyable with Venus and Mars together. There's a lot of action, energy, drive, passion when these yin and yang elements combine. So whatever it is, I would say definitely this week, anything ninth house related of philosophy or travel or expanding your horizons in some way would be a good utilization of this. Now on Monday is when we enter the first quarter phase, and then we also have a aspect with Saturn, who is that overall theme this week, is the sun's going to be squaring up to Saturn. So this is a disciplined expression, okay, of this overall new energy. So it's the first, what you might call, challenges of this whole lunar cycle, but it's all about what we make of it. And if we work with the energies of Saturn here, we're going to find that there is a flow, there is a lot that we can actually achieve and get done in this particular part of our life, which again for you is that eighth house. So stepping into that disciplined role here, and I think a lot of it has to do with your self-expression, your joy, your fun, your zest for life. Like I said, you had Saturn recently go into your fifth house last year, towards the end of last year. So there's this, you guys are understanding the importance of, in order to have fun, you have to take that grounded approach, right? And to express yourself, maybe you have to, say things with discipline and with tact and with maturity. So whatever that is for you, it could have to do with creativity, anything that puts a smile on your face, entrepreneurship, etc., anything that's creative or expressive of that fifth house. You'll find that a good energy when you're stepping into that disciplined approach this week, okay? But mostly just Monday, Tuesday, maybe Sunday time period for those of you who are active on Sunday. Now on Tuesday, this is when things start to lighten up. We've got Venus trining up to Saturn, then Mars is going to trine up to Saturn on Wednesday. So again, lots of the Saturn energy here, and I think this is where we can really start to enjoy, for you, the self-expression, right? And maybe even with relationships too, because we are talking about Venus. So it's again involving that ninth house. So it's that zest, it's that enjoyment of life itself, tapping into that adventurous side, and I think it's going to help support you in general with these new beginnings. And the Mars energy too is very productive. So like I said, a very good flow of productive energy this week as well, especially anything creative that you're doing. Now also on Wednesday, lots of aspects. It's this sort of middle pivotal point of the week here. The sun's going to be going over Neptune in your eighth house. So this is, a spiritual understanding. This is compassion, peace, and presence when it comes to the deeper elements of life with these new beginnings here. So whatever those new beginnings that you've been shaping up since last week, coming from that selfless, other-oriented perspective here with Neptune, which you guys are accustomed to. You've had Neptune transiting your eighth house for some time now. So going with the flow there, and I think being other-oriented and compassionate is going to unlock this energy the greatest, and will help support you this week. Now on Wednesday as well, we've got Mercury trining up to the North Node. A good clarity of overall life path and vision and direction. And this has to do with perhaps the things you learned about relationships recently over the past couple of weeks. You had Mercury go direct in that 7th house. So you guys, it's maybe even the past month because he's been retrograde. So whatever you've been learning about relationships or learned recently, there's definitely a good flow with that to help support you with your life path this year. But this week, with that North Node, and that North Node's been transiting your 3rd house. So you guys are, it's important for you to work on communication, exchanging, writing, teaching, sharing, anything that has to do with the mercurial side of life this whole year. And I think you'll find a nice supportive energy this week with a trine from Mercury. Now over the weekend we have a subtle energy, no aspects, but we do have the moon in Gemini, which is quite lively actually, and this is your 12th house. So this could be a good weekend to enjoy the things behind the scenes, get some rest, some R&R, relaxation, and take it easy perhaps, or just go with the flow over the weekend. All right, Cancer, have a fantastic week. Thank you again for all of your support. If you'd like a personal reading, please check the description down below. I'm still offering the YouTube discount, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care.